Yo, what is up, people? I've got a new video for you guys today. This is my first ever GT7 league racing for GT3. It's in a league called ZFS Racing. Um, this is my first ever time racing on GT7. I've done league race in ACC and F1, so I kind of know what league racing are like, but I've got no idea what people on GT7 are like. They might be super aggressive, they might not be super aggressive, but my experience from GT are people are very aggressive on how they drive and how they race. I kind of just joined the league. There's no evaluation lobby or anything, so I kind of just got put into a lobby. So I've got no idea what the people around me are like. They might be super quick or they might be super slow. We're just going into this blank. As you can see, we're going into the first lap of qualifying in Yas Marina circuit. I'm in the BMW M6 GT3. I've done a fair few practice during the day, but not really a lot because I haven't even unlocked the circuit on my GT7 actual world map yet. So I've just joined a few random lobbies to try to get my feel for the car and how the tire models kind of work during the race. And I think the best time I've got for a single lap was around 1:56.2, which is not a very fast time. Later on, I'm gonna learn that in this qualifying, a 56.2 is not even a quick time. Most people in the lobby gets to around mid 55s or late 55s, and these soft tires on GT7 kind of wears out really quick. You only got about 2 or 3 laps of push laps in them, so basically any laps after them, you're just gonna not gonna get a very quick time, as I kind of learned from this qualifying session. Going back into the lap now, this is probably one of the corner that I hate the most in any racetrack. It's such a slow corner on the exit, and anytime you try to put your power down, you just feel like you're gonna lose the back end of your car. And coming down this back straight into this changed up a big left hander, I'm not sure what's the best line to take. I've seen people take the tight line. I've seen people take the white line. The one I found the most consistent for me is the early entry and then go out wide and take the exit curb as well. And since we're using the GT track limit, we're able to use the entire curb as long as there's one tire that's on the curb. We'll be fine for track limit, which I feel like kind of got stiff during the race because I got two track limit while my car was basically on the track. But coming back to the last two corner now, a bit tricky on the last corner. Always try to go tight and then use the entire exit. A little shimmy on the way out. It will be a 57.2 for the first quali lap. And I'm not gonna bore you for another lap or two of me just doing the entire track around. So this is the third lap of my quali, as you can see on the top left. And the second lap I kind of went a bit slow just to compose myself. This is the third lap, we came back with a 56.7, and I think this was the best time. It's not a 56.2, I think it was a 56.7, so it was another half a second slower than what I just said, so it was pretty slow time. As you can see, comparing to the people above me with 56.6, 56.4, Poe being 55.7, so I'm basically an entire second behind Poe. With quali done, we were P8, so we're starting in the middle of the pack basically. The goal for myself this race is just to have a clean race, try not to hit anyone, or just try not to make any mistakes. As we go off the line with 5 red lights here, we do get a pretty good start, not as good as a start as Milky in the right. That Audi just got an electric start. Going to the first corner, it's a bit cautious for me. Try not to hit anyone really. Got off clean, dropped 2 places down to P10, but that's kind of how I want to approach it, just to, sit back a little bit, see how everyone's going to go about the race, and just to go from there and find my rhythm once everyone kind of established their places. Going down into this first left-hander where Max overtook Lewis in 2021, obviously. We're still hanging on quite well. Went down the inside, tried to make a move on ninth. He kept on the outside. Straight line speed is absolutely awful in this M6. There's multiple times where I keep getting caught on straights or not be able to catch anyone just because of the straight line speed. As you can see, car on the inside, I think the Porsche caught me straight. No, yeah, the Porsche caught me straight up from the straight. Managed to overtake me down the chicane, and now we're down to 11th. and into the back straight, you can see how slow the M6 is on the straight line. I'm not sure if it's a setup problem. I don't think we even can do any setup, so I don't think it's to set up. I think just the BMW is a bit slow on the straight compared to other cars in this group. Coming towards the last sector of this lap, so far I felt like during the race I was doing pretty decent. Haven't crashed, haven't spun, haven't hit anyone. Still, you know, in the pack, within the range of maybe overtakes. Once we get back onto the first straight. Coming to the last two right-hander now. I probably could have taken a bit more speed into this first one. Second one is always a tricky one during the race. You have to brake for people in front, and while you're just trying to still carry speed. Coming into the second lap now, what I was trying to do in my head was to tell myself, okay, first lap's gone, we went off clean, got off clean. Let's try to find my own rhythm and just try to push as fast as I can. For the rest of that lap, nothing really happened. Now we're on to lap 3. This is where I kind of caught up to 10th. I actually am not sure what car it is. I think it's Maserati. But we get a good look down the outside coming into this left-hander. Try to late brake, but they went on the brake later than me. Could not get a switchback on the exit. He went a bit slidey. We had to take action and avoid it on the outside, which in turn opened the door for the Mercedes behind us to catch up. And with the slow straight line speed, it's so easy for the Mercedes just to overtake me. And coming into the braking zone, I tried to go down the inside again, but the Mercedes just kind of closed the door on me, and I didn't want to hit them, so I just kind of backed out. This corner again, not a very good exit on the curb, so that's us down to P12. This is not really anything happening here, but I just want to show you guys how much cornering speed the M6 has compared to the car around me. I do think I made a mistake on picking the M6 for this track because it's very straight heavy. As you can see, we got a penalty there. Just going off track a very tiny bit, just out the white line, which I thought I was on track during the race. I'm not sure why I've got a time track on it. I thought I was fully in. Yeah, as you can hear me during the race, I thought I was on track the whole time. A little bit frustrating, but you know, we learn and we move on. For the next couple of laps, I kept my pace. It was still around 2 seconds after the penalty. And then coming into lap 6, towards the end of lap 6, start of lap 7, tires is basically gone and we need to refuel, so we're coming into the pits. It's hard. Another thing I've learned from my practice lobby is that the medium doesn't last very long. It probably goes around the same distance as the soft, maybe 1 or 2 more laps. So my thought going into this was, I'll just go in the hards during night time because we do have time simulation. So the sun comes up towards the end of the race, and I'll put on the mediums and I'll push as hard as I can on the mediums when the sun eventually rises. But I kind of forgot one factor that really affects my tire temp, which come back to bite my ass towards the end. And we come back to 7 laps later, deep towards the night. Everyone had their pit stop. I think the Maserati behind me is on mediums during the night, and you can see how much better grip it's got than me on the hards. I was trying to do a switchback move, but on the exit, they are just gone. I could not catch them. I don't know if it's because my driving style is kind of shit for that corner, but once they've hit that straight, I have no chance of going back in the slipstream and catching them. In my head at the time, I did think about maybe I could catch them in the last sector of this racetrack because of how many corners there is, and the M6 is really good for cornering speed, so I might be able to close the gap and maybe set up a move. But then at the same time, I'm starting to doubt myself if my tires are good enough, and with the mediums, tires last about the same range as the soft, and we are about 9-8 laps left into the race. I thought maybe I could put the mediums on now, and then once I come back out and done my 2 mandatory pit stop, I'll start pushing with the mediums. But This is apparently another mistake for me. So at this point, when I come out the pits, there's 8 laps left for the race, and the soft tire lasted me about 7 laps at the start. So I was like, okay, the mediums should be mint for me to last and push until the end of the race. And it did seem that way for the next 4 to 5 laps during night time. But as soon as the sun rise, I was fucked. And on the next lap, this is where my second penalty occurred, which kind of confused me, because as you can see on the screen, my car, you can see the right side of my car was on track, and I still somehow got a penalty from going off track, which I don't really get, but it is what it is. What the fuck? Yeah, as you can hear, I was so confused during the race on how I got that penalty. Yeah, so after that, we just kind of pushed on. Everyone had their pit stop. You can see I'm up to P13. However, Tellboy in 15 has left the race, I think. So essentially, we're second last, just in front of Woods. Yeah, and as you can see as well, the sun has risen. And this is where my problem are starting to kick in. This is the first instance where there is just no grip for my medium on the exit. And as temperature of the track starting to rise, the grip level is just going more and more. Coming under the hotel bridge on this left-hand exit, almost a Latifi when I try to put my foot down. You can see how much the car twitched when I try to put my foot down and go. And just not hooking onto the next ride as well. And I've spared you guys from the horror show that is the last few laps from 19 to 22. I was 8 seconds ahead of Woods, and he's 7/10 behind me in 3 laps. I've driven the exact same way, braking at the exact same point, trying to keep it consistent, but the car was just not sticking, as you can see on screen right now. So, coming down to this long straight, I kind of knew I was fucked. There's no grip anywhere for my car and my tires on the exit, and the Mercedes power next to my Beamer power, and he's in the Lexus, not even in the Mercedes. Yeah, so my hope is kind of lost. There's just nothing I could really do. I didn't want to put in too much of a fight. There's not really any point to it. He got the inside line. Grip level for me is just absolute dog shit. I knew I couldn't catch him on the exit as well, and once he's gone out the exit, he just lifted off, and I am just looking at the back of his car. Even just coming into this next left-hander, I've always braked the 75 meter around there. The car just wouldn't turn, and at this point I'm like, okay, there's one more lap that's left. I'm just gonna try to keep my car on track and not spin off, not hit anything, and it'll be done for my first race. Learn from it, and we'll come back next week. And as we round the final 2 corner, coming back to the finish line, we are P14, essentially dead last. I'm not too upset about my own race. It is my first race in GT7, and I'll take that as there's no incident. God damn. Good learning experience. Yeah, as you can hear, I was quite happy with my own performance, and this is a good learning experience for me, and I'll just keep on pushing for the next race. I do stream these races on YouTube on Monday nights, around 8 or 9 p.m. GMT. So if any of you guys would like to come in and just watch it live and have a chat, feel free to come in and let me know what I could do better in these videos, what you guys want to see in it as well, and I'll see you guys next time.